What's up, guys? Today, I don't know what made a video on this. I think I just disconnected, but this is well, I just made this because I wanted to. So I'm gonna play this right now. This is Mix Fix. Oh, that's not Mix Fix. That's the law. There's not one CMB, no way. But he is an all-around two-way. He's good at everything. You see that drop 46 points. Just traded somebody for Chris Middleton and DeAndre Jordan. So, got Mix Fix, Chris Middleton, Danilo Gallinari, DeAndre Jordan, Caris LeVert, Nemanja Bjelica, Noah Vonleh, Kevin Herter, I don't know, Jordan McLaughlin, I don't know, Don Maker, Dante Exel, Terrence Jones, Keldon Johnson, Kai Bowman. Oh, that's it. Hey, look. Yeah. Today's game, we're gonna be playing. Yeah, we did do a fantasy draft, so, not really know playing. But we're playing the Kings. They lost their first game. Oh, my player lock is on Mix Fix, by the way. We're playing, so we have to guard Kobe White. Why is there two? Wait, bro. Oh, that's probably why. Yeah, let's just see that. Okay. So we're playing Mix Fix. But we have to guard Kobe White. We will always have it on Superstar. And yeah.
To win the NBA Finals MVP award, you have to give it everything. Who's the first to win this award? Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Willis Reed, or Will Chamberlain?
I got right. Jerry West. That's probably why he's the NBA. That's why he's the NBA logo. He just goated like that.
It was the logo, Jerry West.
Speaking of NBA Finals MVPs, I want to talk about...
Bro, Kobe should be the NBA logo, not Michael Jordan.
Sacramento, California, the backdrop for the Nuggets. Perhaps the best player from Italy ever to play in the game. Danilo.
Not LeBron. It should be Kobe. Nobody else but Kobe.
Welcome and good. Hey, Dave.
Or should just be all Lakers, honestly, at this point.
A lot of talk.
Because you know Lakers have the best legacy out of every team. That's fact. Well, before the whole Bill Russell, I don't know how many rings he has.
Talk about this, David. Some new ground certainly to look at. Thank you. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Wednesday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Friday, they'll defend home court against the Utah.
Oh, whoa, wait, what? Wait, please fucking do this. Wait, what?
Jazz. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup.
Wait, what?
We've got the little general. Gallinari is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's...
I have to quit this. Okay, that was a waste of 4 minutes. No, that was a waste of 2 minutes because the first 2 minutes, supposed to happen. Next week, okay. I could just play it there, but I'm not going to. I really don't want to switch it now. Hold up.
cover athletes were recently announced for 2K21, and they are incredible. Damian Lillard was on the cover for Current Gen. It's Dame time for fans. Helping usher in the next generation of 2K, this cover
Yes, I
Ron
actually have
Williamson,
done.
who will
Wow.
grace the cover for Next Gen.
I wouldn't.
Last but certainly
wouldn't
not
blame
least,
him.
we
2K
honor Kobe
dog.
Bryant with the
Be honest with you, no. I mean, that's fact.
The dome of the California Capitol. We are
That's the thing, though. You can't call 2K. Why would people call 2K dog? You're basically telling me that 2K19 was trash, even though it wasn't really a good game.
nearly ready for
Everything.
That's some pretty sound advice.
Now,
Thanks,
like
DA.
this,
And now, a chance to see what's coming up for the Nuggets. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Thursday, they'll start out on the road to play the Pelicans in New Orleans. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Chris Middleton is out there with Gallinari. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And then it's Little General. And it's LeVert in at the 2. And for Sacramento.
Hold up. We did for the camera.
White is out there with White. Then it's Jaren Jackson. Then it's Bridges. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Did you just see what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was not going to be stopped.
A great season for the Nuggets last year, winning the Northwest Division. Kind of a tough way to go out in the postseason for them as they lost to the Portland Trailblazers. But overall, a terrific direction and lots of room to grow that has them excited about the Denver Nuggets competing at an elite level this season.
Now here's White. 17 points for him last game against Utah. Bridges passes to White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer right. That shot is off. And it's Denver the other way. You know, Brent, for what the Nuggets did last season, they show they're going to be a factor for years to come.
Well, they had big wins over a lot of key opponents last year. I mean, really stepping up to the level of their competition. And they demonstrated that they're one of the best teams in the Western Conference. But there is room to grow. Hopefully that motivation is something that gets them to the next level.
Buries the long-range jumper.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And it's White missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Ayton finds White. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Denver making a switch here. Bjelica's checked in. Right, looking around. They need this. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Here's Little General, defended by Bridges. Shots good by Middleton.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And for the Western Conference, we have a chance now to recognize our Player of the Week, Little General.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it. And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
And so here's Denver. following Miles Bridges' three-point attempt.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Wright. Denver getting their last shot to go. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option. And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Here's Little General, guarded by Wright. Bridges with the steal. They need this one. And there's the nice layup by White.
And you can argue this is White at his best, just an absolute terror in transition.
Here's Little General. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Rebounded by Jackson. The Kings trail by 8. Bridges, no one around him. No good from the wing. Denver's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. 1:51 left in the first quarter. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Sacramento. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
And the pass to Ayton. They double him with Jordan. Back to Wright. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
It's LeVert on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Here's Little General. They get the rebound. Bjelica misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
The kick out to Wright. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. And it's Denver the other way. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And they weren't anywhere near as sharp as they would like to be. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. And they've got to feel good about that. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
That shot wide open. Little General's got 10.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give them some space, let them get to work.
Here's White. No good on the 3. Here's Little General. Shoots the 3. Another 3 for Denver.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. We come back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Many players on their best behavior to start the year. Do things get more chippy as the season goes on?
If you were in a marriage, Kevin, let's say, and you had, and you are, let's say you had what's called the honeymoon phase.
Yes.
Right around December, that's about your 5th year of marriage. And guys start to think about, you know what, I keep seeing you every day, and I don't like how it is that I'm playing, and I don't like where we are right now. It's cold in this gym. What is going on? that might spill over occasionally to the competition on the floor.
Well, because my wife plays this game, watches our broadcast,
yeah.
I'm always in the honeymoon stage.
I'm looking at you, Kevin, and I cannot believe you just said that.
I can't believe she's playing it. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Vonleh is out there, Gallinari, and then it's Little General. Then it's Nemanja Bjelica, and it's Herder in at the 2. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And it's Bogdanovic in the corner. Sink the triple. Bogdanovic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
I think he's just going to get more and more confident from behind the arc and become a more consistent scorer in this league as time goes by.
Little General buries it down low.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Little General. 18 points for him. Here's Herder. And he overshot that one.
No, that's a little boy.
Missing. The Kings trail by 9. Inside. And it's blocked. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season.
Well, these two teams will see plenty of each other as this is the first of 4 contests between them this year.
And hopefully this one sets the tone for what we're going to see in the other 3 games against these teams. They'll both be sort of measuring each other out here in the first quarter.
And let's take a look at Danilo Gallinari's numbers. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 19 points per game last year, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up and he's really delivered. Such a part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Thomas. 14 points from him last game against the Utah Jazz. From deep three-point range, and again Denver with the triple.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect.
That's a great dunk!
Freakish.
Man overboard.
Wow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Now, here's Thomas. He has 5. Pass to Valentine. Doubled by Vonleh. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bogdanovic. No good again that time. The Nuggets leading by 15 to the left side wing. Here's Little General. They get it back. Gallinari. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Gallo's so smart on the inside with his array of fakes and moves. He's always a threat to draw fouls on shot attempts like that.
Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his...
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Nuggets lead by 11. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebounding, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny. Hey, folks. Say hey to the folks. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They lead by 11. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, they really...
And that'll do it for...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Little General in this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Stolen. You've got Bridges. DeJuan Wright is out there with White. And there's Jackson, and it's Ayton in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. The Kings trail by 14. Outside, White. Over Gallinari. And it's White missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great...
Oh, that was huge!
Incredible. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. And so White will bring it up for Sacramento. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
It's going to be a long video. I don't know how to edit. You can't edit from my voice.
Ayton dishes to Bridges. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Little General, the pass to Jordan. Oh, that's blocked. Right against LeVert. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Wright.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Little General, the pass to Jordan. Here's Little General. Clock at 6. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And let's take a look now at LeVert's numbers. How he did last season. Put up about 13 points per, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Now here's Ayton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. A floater. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Denver. Kevin Huerter comes in for Caris LeVert. Sacramento shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. The free throw drops for Ayton. The defensive rules were different when you played, Brent. For example, the elimination of the hand check.
Hand checking was huge because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock could get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before an illegal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating, and the rest of the guys sort of shoveled off in the corner on the other side. All those things have changed with the way the league is going.
For the better.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, freedom of movement, fluidity of the athletes. It's definitely a better game in terms of the movement.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
A great year for the Kings last year. We're in the playoff hunt right up until the very last month of the season and ultimately came up short. But those guys will be hungry to want some postseason play this year.
Bjelica, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And Brent, as you mentioned, the Kings came up short last year, but you have to think the playoffs are in their future.
Thinking about the playoffs would be nice. They did make a coaching change.
For Sacramento, they have been coming through at the charity strips. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. 12 seconds left to play in the third. For the lead, he can't hit that time. Isaiah Thomas, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Sacramento. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Luke Walton had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver, Maker out there with Jordan. Then it's Chris Middleton. And then it's Little General. The Kings leading. Pass to Pascal. Thomas, it's a wide open look. The 17-footer goes down. Thomas got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Kings. Here's Little General. He's guarded by Thomas to the inside. Maker pass it to Little General. Takes the three. It's in the tray. Little General's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
I mean, he is bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
Fareed outside. To the wing right side. Right side, Thomas. Off target from the wing.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close, he's getting the ball.
It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jordan's.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Thomas surveying the D. Fareed, high post. 5 on the clock. Bogdanovich, that's for 2, but they'll get another chance. Got a hand on it, and is it back. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Bridges, he's checked in for the Kings. Karis LeVert's checked in for Denver. Here's Pascal. Outside for Thomas. A steal. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And the first one at the line is good.
One area after watching Denver over the course of the past 2 years showing what they can do offensively is for them to improve on the defensive end of the floor. About middle of the pack last year, they can get into that top 5. They become very formidable as a finals team.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Again, the miss by the Kings. The Nuggets leading by 6. Here's Little General. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
And right now is when you have to lay it on the line. Between the two teams, they've clearly been the aggressor.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Some changes for Sacramento. Ayton, he's checked in for Reed. Wright comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And it's White in for Isaiah Thomas. And Denver with a change here too. Gallinari, he's checked in for Maker. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Luke Walton was just talking about strategy with his team. He's not happy with what he says are late rotations defensively against their three-point shooters. And then at the offensive end, he wants his guys to get their own shots within the rhythm and flow of the offense. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Little General. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Looking to end the run. It's good from long range.
And hey, when you're a big shot maker in college, that often carries over to this level. Certainly pass for White.
Little General tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here is Bridges. To the left wing. Here's Pascal. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Denver leading by 5. A nice shot by LeVert.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the .158 left in the fourth quarter. White looking around. Left side, Jackson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And you just can't draw that up any better. It's a pivotal moment in the game, and they go with the size mismatch for the lane. Time
called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 5. 1:44 left to play here in the fourth. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for the Kings. Wright comes in for Bogdanovic. Here's Little General. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Kings will take it the other way. In the corner, it's Bridges. Another 3 for Sacramento.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
And stolen by White. To the paint to tie it up. And that one's good. Right. Listen to that.
What is the decibel count in this building?
Nuggets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Little General, the pass to Herter. Here's Little General, guarded by Wright. To the middle. Count it!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
He feeds it to Ayton. Over Vonleh. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
And how about that? Ayton stepping up, wanting the pressure.
Here's Little General. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so he drops them both. It's a 2-point ball game.
And not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
And it's Wright with the ball for Sacramento. Down low, here's Ayton. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Noah Vonleh.
Assertive from Ayton, wanting to score often and then forcing the D right there at his size to foul him.
Ayton hits them both.
Well, crucial moment there at the free throw line, and he never flinched.
30 seconds left in the fourth. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
It's Bjelica with another miss.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
For the Nuggets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Vonleh. Chris Middleton comes in for Gallinari. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Kevin Huerter. Now here's White. Defense right on him. Passes it to Ayton. And Jordan sends it back.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
Ayton kicks to White to win the game. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to... These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. Tip-off goes to Denver. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Wright. Jaren Jackson is out there with Bridges. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's White in at the point guard.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
That one goes. Count it. Wright's got it all tied up now for Sacramento. Here's Little General, White covering to take the lead. And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. And the Kings lead by 2.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Denver calls timeout. The Nuggets shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Little General, the pass to Jordan, and it's blocked.
Oh, man, it's 7-1. Not a good idea to challenge Ayton there.
Bridges shot. Good.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow. He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
And there's the feed to Ayton. Over Jordan. Jordan with some nice D.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the court.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. In overtime here, a minute and a half off the clock. Here's Little General, White covering. Here's Little General. Will not go. This is off the front iron. For Sacramento, they've gone a stellar 4 of 5 from the floor since the start of overtime. Count that bucket.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
It's up a 3. Rebound by the Kings.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. White against Bjelica. Here's Little General. They get it again. Count!
DeAndre Jordan has seen these moments before. Not usually the guy called upon, but, man, delivering in a big spot.
Outside White. Here's Ayton. Shot misses. Good D by Jordan. To the wing on the left. Here's Little General. X again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're down by 2. We've got 28 seconds left in the first overtime. Alinari, he's checked in for Bielitsa. White dishes to White. To the middle. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Now the pass to White. Bridges kicks to Wright. To the paint, 6 to shoot.
Well, keeping with the attention to detail right there, DeAndre Jordan making it difficult for the offense.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Here's Little General. Put back. It's in!
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge.
So, hold on, let's go together first. BC. Okay, so basically, when after I'm done, so every points, rebounds, assists, every number, okay, so since I had 3 assists, that's the least I have. That's how many upgrade points I get. Even though I have 7 rebounds, 52 points. But then I add the steals and blocks. That's 11. Minus the 3, that's 8. So I get 8 upgrade points, but plus the win, and I get an extra 10. And every time I lose, it's minus 10. So yeah, 18. So here, edit players. What should I upgrade? Oh, guys, my controller's dying. Oh, 18. Let's do 19. Let's do 19 block. Oh, okay, but guys, this is the end of my vid. Hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe, but not like. How in this? Peace. Wait, hold on. Okay, peace.